and welcome to the next episode of Esquire's Man at His Best podcast. This is our weekly look at some of the biggest things that have happened this week in the world of men's lifestyle, including updates from our very own website and magazine. So my name's Thomas Shambler, and I am the digital director of Esquire Middle East. And as per usual, I am joined by a very special guest. Once a happy-go-lucky child of the richest parents in Starling City, he would spend his time living large and spending money without a care in the world. However, after a shocking yacht accident in the South Pacific, he was left marooned on a mysterious island. He first struggled to survive, but ultimately learned to rely on both archery and survival training, the type he had one summer as a child. Marooned for years, his deadly skills only grew, and after being rescued from the island by a passing freight ship, and then saving said freight ship from a deadly pirate attack, he realized that he could use these new powers to save his city. However, having returned home to find his entire universe had been corrupted, and some might say sorely wasted by some quite frankly lazy DC comic book writers, he decided to turn his back on Starling City and instead moved to Dubai. Vowing to never pick up a bow and arrow again and promising to never wear his favorite color green, he decided to become the editor-in-chief of Esquire Middle East. Hello, Matthew.
Hi there, Tom. How you doing?
Very good.
Yeah, no, it was an interesting one. Back in the glory days where I could just spend frivolously on lovely luxury items like yachts and sailing around the South Pacific with my parents. Those were fun times.
Yeah, but you weren't very good. That's why the boat sunk.
Yeah, but the thing is, there's a lot of mysterious islands in the Pacific Ocean these days.
Especially the South Pacific.
It's the South Pacific, especially with the lazy background writing of that, because why is that a thing? And secondly, or thirdly, I don't know what number I'm up to at the moment. Archery, huh? I never picking that up again. I could have just gone to the Olympics and covered myself in personal glory, but I decided archery was the way I could save a city.
You could have robbed from the rich to feed the poor.
Yeah, I could have hung out with my mates in the forest. No forest here in Dubai, have you noticed that? So there you go.
Coincidence?
No, not at all. Main reason I came here. No archery and no forests.
Fair.
Yeah. Well, how?
And also, you've come here to do the podcast.
I have, and I've brought with me some exciting news. When I say exciting news, I mean news.
Okay, well, before you do that, let's get the news whip.
Whip.
Okay.
Cool.
With that over and done with, what's your news?
Exciting news. You know what? The other week, I was with a bunch of friends, and they were telling me about how they would, they've started bringing metallic straws into work with them. Okay. And it was kind of a random thing, but it's part of a big kind of movement globally. It's a recycling movement that's going globally, about kind of getting rid of these kind of the plastic straws that come with your coffees, that come at bars when you're there, that always get served in drinks, and they serve you a little drink, and you take the straw out and you just put it back on the bar, hope they wash it and put it back.
What?
Well, I hope they don't throw it away.
The plastic straws?
Yeah.
No.
Well, that's the idea. I hope they don't throw it away. But
everyone throws away plastic straws.
Well, exactly. Except, Tom, Starbucks are hoping to end this tyranny by actually phasing out the use of plastic straws in their products by 2020. Now, Starbucks obviously is on every street corner in most major cities in the world. Sometimes two. Literally, there's one place, I think it was in London, I was at a place where there were two Starbucks opposite each other. And I asked someone and they just went, yeah, but people don't want to cross the road to get coffee.
Yeah, there's one famous in Chicago, I think, where they're on opposite. It's like, like a block system. So there's an interchange, and on either corner there's a Starbucks.
Okay, well, you don't want to cross the road at an interchange. That'd be madness. But anyway, back on point. Starbucks have announced this week that by 2020, they will be phasing out all the plastic straws in their stores around the world, which includes here in the UAE, in Oman, in Bahrain, all in the region. Which is look, phasing out straws, fine, but when a company the size of Starbucks decides to do it, that will make a sizable impact and quite a big footprint, hopefully for eco reasons.
I think so. I think that apparently straws are very hard to recycle. So it's not necessarily about banning all plastic.
Sure.
But I know that straws, very hard to recycle, as well as Q-tips.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Q-tips are glorious.
But the little it's something to do with their tube-based structure and the ability to clean them before then they melt them down. Because if you have like dirt and grit in the plastic when you melt it down, it can like corrupt the whole recycling process. Which is why most people will just chuck away straws. They'll go into the landfills or into the oceans.
Which is no good.
No good.
Q-tips, though, I would choose not to recycle them because of the goo and the wax
the
that's on
plastic
them.
in the
I mean, that's
plastic,
just
the plastic
gross.
in the middle, not the.
If
not
you
the
are using a
cotton
Q-tip,
bits.
I am not using it directly after you, Tom.
Yeah.
Even if it's gone through a process.
Use it as a straw afterwards.
Fair. But so you're telling me, so I don't know. I looked at this, the first thing, I mean, that explains a lot of the fact that straws are harder to break down. But, if I don't know how many cups of coffee or takeaway cups that Starbucks produce globally, but surely the cups are made of plastic too, right?
Yeah, but as I said, they're more easily recyclable.
Sure. But, I suppose.
Whereas straws, very much not recyclable. It's like back in the day, styrofoam. Impossible to recycle, the making of which produces greenhouse gases that break down the ozone layer. Kind of in the 90s, everyone went on a basically anti-styrofoam thing, and now you really don't, you only get them in, like television boxes and stuff.
Sure.
This is now what's happening for straws, which is actually a good thing, because I don't like straws.
No? Why?
I dislike straws.
It's like you feel like a child.
Exactly.
Oh,
Like
I enjoy the innocence of youth.
no one needs a straw.
No, but my daughter does. She is a child.
Yeah, but I'm sure she has like a sippy cup.
She actually likes to drink like an adult.
So if you like a straw like a child, you should drink from an adult sippy cup like the adult child that you are.
Fine.
And then the rest of us grown-ups will just continue to be able to drink without a straw. Look, let me demonstrate. Let me demonstrate this,
Sure.
everyone.
And you didn't spill any of it.
And did you see a straw?
Not a single drop.
Did you see a straw?
No, I didn't. And what are you drinking today, Tom?
This is a coffee.
Oh, okay. Is it a particularly branded coffee? By the way, there are other coffee outlets available
This
as
is
alternatives to Starbucks.
What do we? This is a Ili.
This
is that how you say it?
Mengnu milk. That's what I'm
It's
drinking
Mengnu
here.
milk.
Right, so basically, to cut it short, Starbucks will be rolling this out in the next couple of years. It will start at their very home city of Seattle, probably go to Vancouver. I think they're the two ones that are namely best, and then it will eventually be policy in all their stores worldwide. That is the end of this story. Keeping things short and to the point.
That is our motto.
As of right now.
Well, I've got a bit of news.
Good, that's kind of what we're here for. Tell me all.
This is technology based. So I'm not sure if you've ever heard of them, but there's a company called Apple, and they produce kind of laptops and something called an iPad.
Never heard of it.
It's like a large smartphone, and obviously smartphones.
Yep, fine.
So they launched the original iPhone, which some people have heard of. Again, it's quite a niche audience of fan people who like them.
An iPhone?
Yeah. And so they just turned 10. That product turned 10. This last year, they released the iPhone X, which is called the iPhone 10, but everyone calls it the iPhone X. Probably due to the fact that its name is spelt iPhone with an X. And now there's speculation about what will come next. What will the iPhone 11 be?
The iPhone X1. Are they going Roman numerals now?
I don't know.
Will they continue the theme?
I don't know.
Who knows? It's breaking the internet all the space. It's not really.
Anyway,
after
so
10 comes 11. Apple will make a new product.
Yeah, but
same kind of
everyone
thing.
cares about that. A lot of people care about Apple. There's a lot of fans.
Yeah.
You write about something on Apple and everyone has to click it because they're interested.
That's just fair. Look, I'm not an Apple. I have an Apple Mac, but I have a Huawei phone. So my relationship with them is less dominated.
Whereas I have an iPhone,
Ooh.
but this unbranded laptop
Yeah.
made by Esquire
Yeah.
and
we make laptops.
YouTube.
See? Merch, guys.
Anyway.
Different kind of merch.
Back to the news. Well, this is not so much news as much as speculation that has become news. So, what's coming for the iPhone 11?
VR.
No, well, let's see if you can guess. What do you think the next iPhone 11 will be?
The next iPhone 11 will be either slightly bigger or slightly smaller and will probably come with more power, a better camera slightly, a lot of marketing money behind it, and probably something really gimmicky like colors, different color phones.
You're pretty much on the money. So essentially,
real?
According to the next to one reliable source, reliable,
Aye.
not personally vetted, but
Yeah.
Good authority.
Yeah. Did you check it with 3 different
he's reliable.
sources?
The new iPhone will be colorful.
Ah, yes. Beauty.
Apparently, there's a new higher-end model which will come in black, white, and gold.
Yeah.
And the new
kinda what they do
phone
already,
will
isn't
be both bigger and smaller.
Well, there you go.
Because the screen is destined to get bigger because it's got that little notch, so it's all screen, but the actual body will become smaller.
Yeah, there you go. It's not going to be like bendable like that weird phone that company made once. Was it Samsung or was it who made the bendy phone?
I think if you're talking about if you're talking about the Huawei's bendable phone, that phone was not meant to be bendable. It just bent in everyone's pockets and therefore broke.
Awkward.
But Samsung do apparently have a bendable smartphone in the works.
People don't need to bend their phones.
Well, the idea being that like you could bend it like that, and then it would be like double the size, so you could read books.
Just do that. Scroll. Sorry, for those watching on video, I am scrolling up and down on my imaginary phone with my finger.
Yeah, but you'd have more screen real estate. The idea is the way technology is going is you want more screen real estate for the smaller size in your hand.
Sure.
That's kind of where they're going.
No borders, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, borders left last year.
So, like, it's going on a very aggressively anti-Trumpian way. Trump, more borders.
I think as a direct response to some
technology,
of the Trump
less borders.
administration's-
Yeah, open
think so.
world. Yeah, global society.
Anyway, this follows on from the red iPhone 8 and iPhone 8 Plus that was released earlier this year. Obviously, those products go to provide counseling, treatment, and testing to help AIDS victims.
Sure. Yeah.
So that's good.
Good charitable tie-in.
Yeah, but this one will not.
So more colors, bigger and smaller. Apple are releasing a new phone like clockwork.
Bigger and smaller, better.
The world keeps spinning.
The rumor is that Samsung's going to jump in and get their Samsung Galaxy Note 9 in just before.
What about...
As in like a week before, they're going to go in and just be like, haha, we've got new phone.
And then the Samsung Galaxy Note X. Or 10. To be fair, I like the numbering system. It's better than the car naming system that we kind of spoke about last week. But moving on swiftly, Tom, I have another news for you, which is tech-related.
Another news.
Well, it's kind of finance-related, but it involves a certain... Well, I tell you what, it involves the changing of the people on the most expensive, on the richest people on Earth list.
Which is also, funnily enough, the most likely to be the next Bond villain list.
Well, no, because Elon Musk is not on it, and he is a Bond villain. And I'll state that here for the record, allegedly, but, you know.
Yeah, but Jeff Bezos is also on it, and he is definitely a Bond villain.
Right, so Bezos, yes, is on that list. And who also is on that list, Tom?
Warren Buffett. He's been the richest man for a long time.
Warren Buffett is the man who has conceded his position in the top 3 richest people list, Tom. So Jeff Bezos is in there. Who else is in there? Missed a certain William Gates.
Bill Gates, he's still up there.
He's still in there, man. And thirdly, new entrant to the list is the CEO of Facebook, Tom. You may have heard of the man. He's called Mark Zuckerberg.
Yes, living android.
The living android.
Human impersonator, Mark Zuckerberg.
He is living proof that selling private data is good for business.
Fair.
And financial wealth. But yeah, so Mark Zuckerberg basically
he's number 3.
He's nudged Warren Buffett out of the top 3 richest people in the world list, according to Bloomberg. And they know lots and lots and lots about business and who is richer than others. So he has a net worth of $81.6 billion.
81.6. That is a lot of billion.
Yeah, and mainly thanks to a 2.4% climb in value of Facebook shares, which is a weird one because I thought Facebook were having a pretty difficult PR year with him being in the Supreme Court and the Facebook court.
But it's about money. Money talks.
Fair enough.
And I think that Facebook shows no signs of not raking it in, I think is the financial term.
Is the vernacular, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. What is interesting about this setup is it's the first time ever that the 3 richest people in the world have all been from tech firms. Obviously, Gates, Microsoft, Bezos, Amazon, Facebook, Zuckerberg. Buffett, yeah, takes a hit. And again, it's probably due to something that Buffett has this weird, desire to give his money away to charitable...
Yeah, because Buffett's part of the... what's it called?
I mean, that's mental, isn't it? Why would you give money to help others?
He's part of that. He's part of his initiative with
That
Bill
was
Gates to
sarcasm,
give
by the
away
way.
half of his fortune and
Yeah.
give away like 99% of it before he dies.
Well, I have a stat here which says that between 2000 and 2017, Tom, Warren Buffett gave away 71% of his wealth.
71%. And how much was he worth? Like he was worth around 70 billion. So we're looking at giving away something like $60 billion.
Yeah, well, the numbers I have here are $46 billion that he's just given, not just given away on the street, but, donated to charities and to communities and things like that. So, if you are going to give away $46 billion, you may not be on the richest people list, but you are a damn sight nicer guy.
But so he's still given away, more than half of what Zuckerberg is now worth.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not good with numbers, but yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if you say so, but...
Good on Warren Buffett. I like Warren Buffett. He's good.
Interesting fact again for you, Tom, because this is just full of facts, this story, which makes it a good story. The combined members of those the combined wealth of those four people equates to 2% of the US gross domestic product. Now, that is four people in a country of, 370 million people?
A lot more than that. More than four.
Exactly. Global superpower. So just for those four dudes. It's a lot of money.
So get into tech.
The tech industry, I hear, is where money is to be made, yeah.
Well, another fun fact. If Mark Zuckerberg were to make it rain,
Sure.
said rain would last more than 13 years.
Man, that is Bond villain stuff, if you're talking about actual precipitation rain.
I did make that up. I'll just go on record now to say that.
That's lies.
I don't. It's not lies. It would depend on lots of factors,
It
like
could-
how much money you use to make it rain. We're talking dollar bills. We're talking $10 bills. We're talking Benjamins. What are we talking about?
Benjamins.
There's a lot of different aspects that go into this.
Falcks, I believe, is the term that we use here in the United Arab Emirates.
The point is, there's an awful lot of money.
Falcks. How do you like that one? Do you like that one? There's a falcon on each note.
Dibs is
You like dibs?
Dibs.
For short for dirhams?
Yeah.
I like falcks. I think it's more street slang. I mean, we've got nice streets here, so maybe. But falcons, this is good. Anyway, if you like either falcks or dibs, or prefer either or would suggest something else, just leave us a comment in the comment section just below. We'll see how that goes. Also, if you want to get into the technology business, I suggest you start by typing in esquireme.com for all your news in various forms of whether it's online or social or video or on audio as you're listening to us now.
I'm going to interrupt this awkward promotional segment
Why? It's important.
to go to a new segment that I'm calling. I thought long and hard about this. Hollywood news.
Is there a sting?
We could have a sting.
Hollywood news.
Roll the sting.
Say hello to my little friend! You wanna play rough? Okay.
Good sting.
Cool. I like it. I like
Good-
it. Quite
good sting.
original and fresh.
So we have got 3 bits of Hollywood-based news.
Good.
The first one involves one of your favorite people in the world, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
My boy Dewey.
So it has just been announced. They announced this a couple weeks ago. But so Dwayne is getting his own Fast and Furious spin-off movie.
Of course he is. Coming at number 6. Was it number 6?
No, he's been in like 5 of them.
Coming at number 1 of them.
If
and then
they've done 8, then he should have come in. No, it can't. It must have come in at 4.
Rock's money, man. The Rock is money.
Anyway, so he's attached, and so is Jason Statham.
Okay.
But weirdly, Jason Statham played the bad guy in one of the Fast and Furious films.
If you tell me.
No one really knows. But he's definitely one of the characters. And the spin-off is going to be about Statham, Johnson, and they're going to do stuff together. I know this because the film is called Hobbs and Shaw, and both of their characters' last names are Hobbs and Shaw.
There you go. Like a buddy cop film.
Yeah, but Jason Statham played the bad guy, and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson played the good guy. So apparently, this is the news.
Oh, news.
Idris Elba,
Yes.
he is going to be the bad guy.
Big Driss.
He's going to be the bad guy in this film.
It's hard. He's so lovable.
Yeah, but he's British accent, right?
good actor.
You a British accent.
He
you
is a
can,
good
you
actor,
can do
which
it.
will make you want to hate him because of good acting.
Now, possibly the most incredulous part of this news is that this film's coming out next year.
Seriously?
Yeah.
They've already filmed it then?
It's 386 days left until the next Fast and Furious film.
How many does that make it?
Wow, this is a spin-off. I don't even know. It's like in a whole universe, but the only shared thing is just driving and bad dialogue.
Well, you know, there's a lot of driving and bad dialogue in the world today. You know, people want to see terrible exposition dialogue followed up by 20, 25 minutes of just driving action scenes.
So many.
So much driving.
Anyway, moving swiftly on. That was one bit.
Fair enough. News 2.
Good to know. Next news. Ricky Gervais.
I've heard of him.
He's coming back. And he's reuniting shows from Extras and Life on the Road for a brand new Netflix series.
Cool. He's bringing the band back together.
Yeah.
Putting the band back together.
So it's going to be called Afterlife. Unfortunately, Stephen Merchant, the tall and kind of lanky one, and Carl Pilkington, the bald, slightly stupid one, they're not attached.
Yeah.
And they're kind of always the funniest bits. But a lot of the people from Extras are Ashley Jensen, who played Maggie.
I like her.
And a load of different people. And Netflix have ordered 6 episodes. Apparently it's going to be a dark comedy.
I think that's where his skill set is best told in those kind of dark humor. But I just said something which I want to correct on. You know when someone says like, you know, oh, it stars Kate Blanchett, and everyone's like, oh,
Kate Blanket.
Kate, the carte blanche, and everyone says, oh, I like her. I just said that about. I don't like people that say that, so now I don't like myself for a bit.
You don't like yourself, you don't like Ricky Gervais, or you don't like both?
No, I don't like people who say, oh, I like her, or I
that's
like
you.
him. No, I know. That's why I'm filled with self-loathing in this moment. I don't know her personally. She might be a terrible person. She might be a great person, but it's not really for me to say, oh, I like her, because I've seen, you know, the acting that she does, or him. You know, I'm just saying. Point to state. Anyway, news 3, Tom.
News 3. This is a good bit of news.
Well, the previous 2 weren't?
No, like the other 2 were solid.
Okay.
This is a good one.
All right.
It's a good one if you like
You've saved the best till last.
if you like kind of Japanese television shows through the ages,
It's pretty much all I like.
as well as anime. And you don't have access to a television, only a computer from which to stream, then you'll be happy to hear that there's a new Ultraman series, and it's coming
Yes.
to Netflix.
Jackpot on Netflix as well.
So for those who are unaware, Ultraman was a man who was quite ultra, and he would turn very big and fight monsters in Tokyo, because is there anything else to do?
So many monsters in Tokyo. You know how they always say, like, asteroids always hit New York, or end of the world, aliens always attack New York? Well, monsters always attack Tokyo.
Anyway, Netflix, they have commissioned a special anime series. It's called Ultraman. However, the actual main character isn't Ultraman. Well, is Ultraman. It's Ultraman's son.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of Japanese names here that I'm going to mispronounce, so I'm just going to call it. It involves the son of the original Ultraman.
Okay, what? As in the actor?
No, it's an anime.
Fine, yeah. But yeah.
In the Ultraman universe,
Yeah.
Ultraman is old, and now his son is picking up the Ultramantle.
Nice.
Anyway, that's slated for worldwide release early in 2019.
Just take my money, Netflix. I mean, you already do, but...
I don't know how to
take more
stop
of
them
it.
at this point.
Yeah, fair. Neither does Ultraman.
No. Anyway, that was Hollywood news.
Cool. Excellent. Hollywood news.
Say hello to my little friend! You wanna play rough? Okay.
Cool. Next.
We do hope you enjoyed the Esquire Man at His Best podcast. Remember, we have new episodes coming out every week on Apple iTunes, SoundCloud, Pocket Casts, and more, as well as hosting each individual show on our website, which is esquireme.com. Also, don't forget to check out our YouTube and social media pages for more daily goings-on from Esquire Middle East. I will see you next week. You have 10 seconds.
Cool. See you next week. Leave comments down below, subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next week.